Alright, hello everyone. My name is Kia Aina Akiona, also known as Kia, and in this video I'm going to be talking about bodybuilding, and I'm going to be comparing it to powerlifting. Alright, so what is bodybuilding? Well, bodybuilding is it's a sport that's significantly grown over the past years. It's been around for about a century now, but it's the process of growing one's muscularity and strength by using resistance, weights, with less focus on strength, but more focused on um, the physique or the aesthetic of one's body. Alright, so a little brief history of bodybuilding. It began in the late 19th century by a man named Eugene Sando. Prior to bodybuilding, there was weightlifting, but it was only a form of powerlifting. It was stone lifting. Um, the competitors are known as strongmen, and they're only for entertainment purposes. Bodybuilding had a different complete end goal, a different purpose, and it more focused onto the aesthetic and the physical physique and appearance of a person. Alright, bodybuilding versus powerlifting. So on the left, you'll see a powerlifter, and on the right, you'll see uh, Phil Heath, a bodybuilder. So on the left, the powerlifter is carrying much more fat, much more volume. He's not really too concerned about the amount of weight he has. The bodybuilder on the right, he's more conditioned, he's more vascular, he's at a very low percentage of body fat. And the reason of this is because he wants to be aesthetically pleasing. He wants all his muscle bellies to show, he wants his vascularity to show, his symmetry, he wants to be proportioned. And that's the two main differences of powerlifting and bodybuilding. Bodybuilders want to be more symmetrical, proportional, and a powerlifter doesn't really care about that. He just wants to lift weight. He wants to hit personal records. And he needs, in order for him to get all the strength he possibly can, he needs all the extra weight he can get or he can carry. Alright, so bodybuilding began to blow up globally. It attracted a much larger audience and therefore it had greater funding. In 1946, the IFBB was formed. In 1950, the NABBA was formed. And in 1965, the first Olympia was held. And the Olympia is still being ran today. It is pretty much like the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. And then with the Olympia, you have the Olympia winners: Ronnie Coleman, Lee Haney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Phil Heath. Phil Heath is still a competitor today. Alright, so bodybuilding versus powerlifting training. For bodybuilding, you focus more on hypertrophy. And what hypertrophy is hitting a certain rep range. It's a high rep range with a moderate weight, and rest times about 30 to 45 seconds. And you have two different hypertrophies. You have sarcoplasmic and myofibro. Sarcoplasmic is a higher rep range with a lighter weight, about the same rest time, 30 to 45 seconds. And then myofibro is hitting, it's still a moderate rate, but it's about 80 to 85% rather than sarcoplasmic. Sarcoplasmic is about 70 to 75% weight of your 1 rep max. So you would want to hit with myofibro 6 to 8 reps with a decently heavier weight. On the other hand, you have powerlifting training. Powerlifters, they train much differently. Their rest and recovery time is much higher, and they're usually hitting less reps but much heavier weight. Um, all right, so there are three primary ways to stimulate muscle growth. One of them being progressive tension overload, and what that is progressively getting stronger with your workouts while keeping the same rep ranges. Over time, if you're going consistently working out, you'll notice strength gains, and it's a good indicator that you are in fact building muscle. Muscle damage is a good stimulator. It's pretty much what it says. It's damaging the muscle to manipulate it to grow and repair itself. Cellular fatigue, pushing your muscles past the fatigue point, where if you think you can only do 12, you're pushing yourself and you're doing 15. Um, it's a good way of tearing the muscles, and yeah, like it's damaging the muscles. So just like muscle damage, you are in fact repairing and building your muscles. And then made two examples of just generic examples, realistic examples as well. 185-pound male in both of them. He's doing barbell squats and flat bench press. A good example of hypertrophy is this 4 sets of 285 barbell squat, 8 to 12 rep range, and then 4 sets of 225 flat bench press, 8 to 12 rep range. All right, so the fun part, your diet. So I'm sure you've all heard of this before when it comes to bodybuilding, but diet is everything. Diet's very important in bodybuilding. In order for you personally to hit results, to hit goals that you want to achieve, you most definitely need to be on a diet. You need to be hitting a certain amount of calories each day. You need a certain amount of macronutrients, a good ratio of macronutrients, and your macronutrients are what you see on the screen here. It's your carbs, your proteins, and your fats. In order for you to build muscle, you want to be in a caloric surplus. If you want to lose muscle, or if you want to lose fat, lose weight, get shredded, get cut, you want to be in a caloric deficit. And if you want to maintain your body, maintain without losing any weight, you want to be in caloric maintenance. And you for yourself have to discover what your body needs, what amount of calories is good for your body, what amount of carbs, proteins, fats. Everyone's body is different, so if someone says, hey, you're 5'8" at 170 pounds, you need to be eating this amount of calories, most likely they're wrong. You just need to discover for yourself. Okay, and then here are some just a few examples of different nutritional value foods that you can eat that'll benefit you. So you have your carbs, your proteins, and your fats, and then yeah, they're just a few examples. There's much more out there. All right, and then this is just an example of a pro athlete, a pro bodybuilder named Sean Ray. Just an example of what he eats every day. It changes definitely if he's off season or if he's in season, but this is one of his in season. His competition prep. This is what he ate. So you can see how he spans it out within 3 to 4 hours. And they have to be eating a certain amount of nutrients, calories, uh, every day with pinpoint accuracy. And then this is just an example, just a lifestyle of what pro bodybuilders have to do. All right, so Sean Ray in the bodybuilding world, he lived by 5 principles, and just like every other pro bodybuilder out there, they always emphasize on changing things up. It's very important to change your exercises so you don't plateau. Your body will get used to different workouts, if you do the same workout every day, it'll get used to it. If you don't increase the weight, it'll get used to the weight. Your body will protect itself from tearing up the muscle fibers. So always change your workouts. And then incorporate different techniques such as drop setting, supersetting, and then always change up your split, which is your like your weekly workout routine. And then some more examples of Sean Ray's, but this is his chest routine, his chest workout routine. So it does change, but this is one of them that I found. Yep, he's purely training for hypertrophy. If you could see the rep range, he would start off light, hit 15 reps, and then he would increase the weight, decrease the reps, and it's solely this is all hypertrophy. Alright, so here are the overall differences and similarities in my opinion. Bodybuilders focus more on building the muscle. They're more focused on their physiques. Powerlifters are more focused on strength gains, not as much as their physique. Bodybuilders they need less recovery time. Powerlifters need more recovery time. Powerlifters are more rewarded when they hit personal records. Say for example, someone deadlifts 385 in a week, they hit 405. They'd feel more rewarded from that. Bodybuilders are more rewarded when they see physique improvements. Both, however, have very similar traits. Both need proper nutrition, both need recovery, rest, both are using weights, both need mental preparation, and both build muscle and strength. And that about sums up my project. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all learned something from it. Thank you.